All right. Let's see. We should be live, and that means that there's a PS5 restock going on, and it's at Target right now. I'm gonna put it at the top of the chat, and it is live in nationwide. So you're gonna be able to buy the console, and I'm gonna take you through the process. So let's get started. Hey everybody. Good morning. Is digital out of stock? I don't know if digital goes in stock just yet. So let's get a window open. So I'm going to get add a layer. And then we're going to see window capture. I'm going to add that source. So yeah, everything is live. I'll get you all the links you need because that's... Good morning, everybody. Hey, Jordan. All right, let's add new source. So yeah, you can buy it right now, and that's a good thing. So here's the page, and it looks like I'm looking at different locations, and you can see that it's live in a variety of places in the US. So that's good news. So if you see that, you're going to be able to buy it. So I'm gonna, there we go. So as I scroll up, you'll see that it's buyable and you can pick it up in stores today. So you have it in the cart, Jordan, but you cannot check out. Definitely suggest checking out through PayPal. I know that sounds a little weird, but Target supports PayPal. And what happens is Target's servers get hammered, so that's why you're having trouble checking out. For anybody who doesn't have the link, let me make that available for you. And it's right here. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. I'm doing that now. Hey, everybody. Yep, pay through PayPal. Just checked out. Jordan, great news. That's what we want to see. So it is available. There's only a couple consoles per store, but we knew that going in. And here I just put the link in there a couple times. Boom. You'll get that link. And that's what this is all about. All right. Yeah, we're seeing some good movement today. So as I switch around my store, and that's a tactic you may want to take, is if you switch around the store to different zip codes. I'm gonna do California. It's very early in California, but hopefully it continues to come in stock in different locations. Let's check out the East Coast. So it's interesting that it may not be every location. Let me do a quick refresh. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you, The One. All right, let's pin that to the chat so that everybody has that link. Boom. All right. So that's pinned to the chat. It says sold out in certain locations, so you want to change your location like I'm going to do. And then change it up. So it's currently refreshing because I had an auto refresher on, and that's one of the ways I try to track where it is. So if it's out of stock in your location, you hit Edit Store, and you'll be able to see different stores within a 50-mile radius that have it. So Chicago, I'm not seeing it, but don't worry. It comes in waves, and we know that. Travis says, I tried my default Target store and then expanded the search, and it worked. See? That's the way to buy the PS5. There's someone who just messaged me on Twitter, said I had it in my cart, but I wasn't able to check out. Definitely check out through PayPal. That's the secret trick. And if you're curious why PayPal is, it's definitely, let me get that window back up. It's definitely the easiest one based on the fact that you don't need to go through Target server. And Target server, there you go, is currently getting hammered with just tons of traffic. So be careful of that. That's my best advice, is to use, there we go, to use the checkout process through PayPal. You may also have luck with Apple Pay on an iOS device, but we've found that the web is a little bit easier of a checkout process. So let me expand this a little bit. So you'll see that it's currently in stock at certain stores, and then not other stores. So Chicago area, I'm going to change that, change my zip, edit your location, and then I just do different stores around the country. So I'm not seeing it in every location, but this is for the PS5 disc version. There's also a digital version. So let's bring both up just in case. So digital has been harder to get, and I don't recommend it. But let's see. I have both of them up. Digital is not in stock yet, and it may not be, and I don't recommend it only because they have such low inventory numbers of digital. So currently refreshing that as well, but mostly checking stores for PS5 disc. And some people are having luck, more luck than I am. So hopefully you're all seeing the console in stock. Yeah, good. You're having luck. That's good. Definitely check out that process with PayPal and everything. So that is going to be probably the easiest way to check out, and it's what most people don't know about. So it gives you this leg up by knowing that information. Christopher said you got one. This is good. Ghost 503, it's out of stock for you. Yeah. Yep. So don't use the app, says Olympus. I highly agree with that. So that's going to be your best bet, is to not use the app when, it's going to be out of stock that way. Sometimes I see things like, I'm on the app right now, right here, and it's out of stock on the app, but I've seen it in stock on the web. So we're going to keep refreshing, check out different parts of the country, and see where it's in stock. But click that link at the top of chat, right up there, and you'll see the PS5 disc version. So it's a link to that. So hopefully enough people are seeing it in stock. Jordan says it took 10 minutes of refreshing through PayPal to get mine to go through. Great. And Jordan, thank you for your help. That is super helpful. It's just good information. And that's why we do this in real time. Because, all right, where do I put my PayPal info? Had one in cart and could check out on the app. So if you're on the app, you should pay through Apple Pay. It's almost as good. And it's just seamless. It's basically, you're avoiding paying through Target servers, which are being hammered. So, Jordan, such a big help. I'm going to put you as a mod. So thank you, Jordan. Jordan Patrick. Great help in helping people secure the console. That's what this is all about. So we'll see. But yeah, things are flying right now. It's it happened about 7:40, which is the usual time. So I had to go back and check what time it actually happened. But Xbox when, says Big Monk King. Xbox has been rolling out dynamically, kind of like the digital has. So I don't know if Xbox will be in stock after this, but they usually come in waves. So it's PS5 disc, PS5 digital, then the Xbox. But they've been restocking per store every morning. And that's what's also been happening with the digital version. So they basically restock it online at a local level as the consoles come in. So there's no nationwide restock for those as far as we know. we've seen before that when they have PS5 disc, then there may be a digital version. So, like, they kind of hold up and have a restock. So, yep, can you buy more than one, or is it one limit per household? You can, in theory, but the Target has been known to cancel multiple orders. Not every time, and most people get away with it, but it may not be worth the risk. It's up to you. How long do these drops happen? How long do these drops happen? In another 10 minutes, like Walmart. So this is a little bit different than Walmart. I'm going to keep refreshing, but sometimes they randomly come back in stock. But it's not like Walmart where there's like waves. Yep, you're right. That is that link. Let me change up the link to be Target. There we go. So I've done that. So Casey Johnson, you need an Xbox Series X. We'll see if that's next. There we go. So clicking on that link. Boom. There we go. That should be up there. If you need that link, it's also in the description. So I put them in both locations, so you can click through that. Let's see, what else can I do for you? I just answer your questions. Change from desktop to mobile, says Christopher. That may help you. I go with both options, so that's why I have my phone on, and it says now pick up in store. So I'm going to change that up and just visit different options, and then save those options, and then keep going back and forth between the two. So that's really, yep, Kelly Bush got one. When will the giveaway end? That is gonna happen when we get to 1 million followers. So we're currently at this many, and it goes up about 4,000 a day. So it's not gonna be too long. But yeah, when we cross 1 million for the first time, I'm using we because we're all part of this. So. Itzik, if I'm saying that properly, thank you for stopping by. Just to say thank you. That's awesome. Yeah. I also dropped a tweet. Yeah, good. You got one. I was wondering if you got it like last time or that's a recent purchase. Thankfully, it happened today, so that's awesome. Loving that. Let's see. What else can we do? Going to my dashboard, checking out which retailers have it and which don't. So go to edit store, right? Edit your location. You can also click this. So that may help you. It may show you nothing, but I'm going to keep switching around. Go to Pennsylvania. Let's see. So you may have easier time on the West Coast sometimes, only because, and it does come in waves, only because that there's less competition at 4 a.m. It's it's 5 a.m. now there. So Casey Johnson, what giveaway? You'll see that on my Twitter, and I can get a link to it for you as well. But I'm giving away a PS5, bunch of Xbox games, or Xbox console, PS5 and PS5 games. It's a bundle. And then these Joy-Cons right here. So you can see something for everybody. Nintendo Switch fans, Xbox fans, PlayStation fans. So something for everybody as we look at this and try to determine which consoles come back in stock today. So, haven't seen it on digital except for like very early this morning. They had a couple stores that have it, but that's what's been happening dynamically. So, I'm not sure if we'll be due for that, but I'm checking, and that's really what I can do best. So let me kind of switch this out and take this full screen for you as it continues to refresh, right? There we go. Boom. So that's that. Probably don't need that excess right there. There we go. So that's the page on Target. So this is the live Target page. And depending on your location, you want to hit Edit Store. And then you're able to get the console, and that's what this is all about. So, yeah. And we just passed 20,000 subscribers, which is great. So that's kind of a unique experience. Because I was at, like, basically nothing before this. So, and it's an hour before I start work. And we had a PS5 restock. So, not everybody is going to be able to get it today, and that's fine, because Target is one of the harder stores to buy depending on your location. I have a hard time in New York City. So any in Chicago. So I have Chicago up, Boss Gaming. But I'm having trouble getting it from Chicago. I was trying to help a friend get it, and that looks unlikely. But it sounds like a lot more people are finding it in stock compared to me, which, hey, that's good news for them. So, not great news for my friend, but good news overall. And I'm happy to see that, you know, it's coming in stock for them. Do you have a link for the digital version? So I'll put a link in there for the digital version as well. Digital version, it's right here. I suspect Target employees are scalping? They're not allowed to, and usually they come to me complaining about that. So there's the digital version. Yeah, you can't find it in Los Angeles. Yeah, New York, the big cities are the hardest ones to, you know, find it. So we're gonna keep trying. Kevin says, I put my card info and I was so close to checking out, kept getting errors, which is totally, yeah, that's why you use PayPal. PayPal is the way to check out. So try that if you still have an opportunity. Don't go through the credit card server. Yeah, Jordan says, try using PayPal. Jordan just bought it. Be like Jordan. So that's really good news. So I'm going to keep checking around the country to see if it becomes in stock. And that's really the best way to do it. Let's see. All right. Checking out different zip codes. I mean, that's what you should do. You should click that Edit Store button. And hopefully you see it in stock. All right. Yep, I'm seeing people on Twitter have a lot of success based on the tweet I sent out. So Daniel says I was able to get one. That's good news. And it just depends not how fast you are, but how much you try over the course of like 20, 40 minutes, something like that, in between that time. Ash Paul says, lost my opportunity with my card. Should have used PayPal early. Yeah, that's the trick. And no matter how many times I say it, people love using their credit card and like, oh, but Target Rewards or, you know, Target Red Card. That's great, but you may not get the console. And that's really what it comes down to. So I'm going to minimize that window for a second. So there we are, and there I am. All right. So as you can see, Target did do a restock if you're just joining us. So Jordan says it shows it as a credit card, but once you hit edit, it will give you an option for PayPal. Really good advice firsthand from Jordan, the new mod, who is helping you out and just checked out with a PS5 console. So, yeah, I'm not saying it in Chicago. That's the one where I was going to buy it from my friend. But we're going to keep trying. And then, let's see. Give it a shot. There we go. Bring it up into full screen. There we go. All right. So I'm going to edit the location to be different areas around the country. Not there. And it will come in waves. So if it's not in stock within 50 miles of your location. It's funny. Best Buy does 250 miles. Target keeps a little more realistic. And where can I put my PayPal info? So there'll be a button where you can log in at checkout. So it's not like it's right on the product page. And it also has to be in stock. So a lot of people, when I give them that advice, they say the night before, like, oh, Target is not a retailer with stock. Or retailer with PayPal. They don't have PayPal as an option. But it's only when it's live. So someone got it using their credit card, which is great. That's, you know, it's not necessarily that only PayPal works. It's that PayPal is the easiest option. I've checked out with PayPal before. I've also checked out with Apple Pay because I was using the app at one point. So definitely using all options. Yep. Jordan says edit payment options and select PayPal. So that's how you do it. That's a sure way to check out. So I'm going to try to get it in my cart. That's what we're here for. But my locations don't seem to have it currently. But I'm going to continue to check. So I'm going to check around to make sure there's no other product pages. Yeah, and so you can... All right, Anton says, what if my order got canceled? Tough situation, Anton. You can try calling up and seeing, because, like, there have been cases where people have gotten it. Sometimes they have extra consoles available per store, and they'll just, you know, take pity and say, oh, okay, you're supposed to get it. Here's this extra console. The consoles, really, though, are meant for any console that breaks and somebody needs, someone who took it home needs one. So, yeah, having PayPal set up in advance is good. So do you expect digital to come out? Digital's a little precarious. So I have digital on refresh, but I don't think necessarily it's going to happen. It's usually PS5 disc, PS5 digital, then the Xboxes. But for both PS5, for Xbox, they switched to rolling that out pretty much every day at a couple stores, maybe 5, 10 stores in the country, with maybe 3 to 5 consoles in stock. They've been doing that for about a month and a half. So I'm taking your questions as much as quickly as possible. But to finish that, they also recently, unannounced, did that with digital. Like, there was 2 consoles in Nebraska, 2 consoles in Iowa. So you're not necessarily going to see it in stock today nationwide, but they've also switched to doing that nationwide with the Xbox. So, is there any in stock before August 5th? Your best bet is GameStop. So let me go over some of the other retailers. I'm going to rank them in order. GameStop, number 1. Target, a close second. So the reason why GameStop is number 1 is because there is a barrier to entry. Everybody hates that initially. It costs $15 annually to be one of their Power Up Rewards members. I think the full name is Power Up Pro Rewards, something like that. But, yeah, Squall, thank you. Jay, Randy, and I are, kind of battling the scalpers, the scammers, and everybody in between. Anton, I know you're sad. So, as I was saying about GameStop, $15 annually. A lot of people hated on that. But then when I went to Best Buy for an RTX graphics card restock, they did it in stores. They don't really do consoles in stores. No one does consoles in stores, but they decided to try it in stores, and every single person in the front of the line was a reseller. They were all scalping the RTX graphics cards. So you gotta imagine the same thing's gonna happen at every location, both in person, if they ever have it in person, and online at Best Buy, Walmart, anybody who doesn't put up a barrier to entry. So $15 for GameStop, at this point I'm okay with it. And I've gotten 2 from GameStop. One is to the left of me for a giveaway that's going up. So, yeah, Jordan says it's not a lost cause. I agree with that. I'm trying for both disc and digital. So, I'm going to hit the disc one first, see where it's in stock. Comes up with this little window. Check stores. Definitely going to do that. But I'm not seeing it in my friend's Chicago area. So, yep, that's that for them. Let me keep checking other stores. And basically, you go around the country, editing locations. The fact that other people in the chat have been having success means it's in stock for some people and not for others, which is just par for the course. So, yeah, that's really what we're seeing around the country. All right, Jack Attack. What'd you say? Always trying to make a profit. Yeah, you know what? That's what GameStop does. They're taking that $15, but if they're doing bundles as well, which means they are making a profit, most retailers, this is what people don't know, most retailers don't make a profit on the consoles themselves, so it's when they have bundles that they're making some money. So if you're a gamer, you're probably okay with getting a game like Ratchet & Clank, which is a game you don't have yet. So I'm seeing that as a good thing, that the resellers have a harder time with GameStop. So that's why they're number one. Golden Warrior, you just woke up. Oh, thanks for joining us. Some of us are having issues finding the disc version in stock. So, but others got it a little bit earlier. But we're going to keep checking stores for both versions. And then you go to, click on it, go to the side window. The link is in the top of the chat for the disc version. That's the only one we've seen in stock today. But yeah, this has been a success for some people, and for the stream, we passed 20,000 subscribers, which is more than some people have on YouTube, and that's a good thing, considering I was at probably 57 subscribers about 4 weeks ago. So it's really a way for me to connect with that Twitter audience that I have. If you're not following me on Twitter, I'm sure you are. That's where most people come from. Then follow me on there. So will there be a restock? Yeah, there was a restock here today. It's a rare Friday restock, but they did that exactly this day 3 weeks ago around this time. That one was 7:04, so it was early, or a little bit earlier. But it's always between 7 and 8 a.m. Eastern, which is also, it's at the same exact time on the West. So it's 4 to 5 a.m. on the West Coast. So it does say limited quantities, 1 per guest. So the person who asked if they can only buy 1, yes, I've seen some people get away with buying multiple, but what they go in is they go in and they have an algorithm, but they manually cancel orders that are multiple orders, so be careful with that. Sometimes they slip through, though, so that's, yeah. TD, I'm very close to the West Bank, so I can't find one over here. Check New York, please. All right, I will do that. I am in New York City. That is where Tech Radar is based in the U.S., so I will check that. Let's see. Give me a zip code for New York City. There we go. So nothing in Manhattan. And the outer boroughs, I see Bronx there. I see Brooklyn. I see Flushing, so you got Queens. Don't see anything within 50 miles. And I click that button. So Cameron Wirtz says, dude, I had one in my cart. Pressed the buy button and sold out under me. Yeah, that's the trouble. You know, like I went through that same thing. I was doing it live on on the stream, and couldn't buy it. So, yep. So let's see. Yep, I'm seeing that same thing. As you can see, I'm like checking zip codes all around, but enough people had the an opportunity to buy it. I'm hoping it comes in more ways, but you know, enough people got it where it's a legitimate restock today, but I'm not seeing it in like major cities. So, all right, Anton, chat in progress. I know you got, yeah, if everybody's just joining us, Anton bought one. It got canceled, which is just the worst feeling because you think you have one and you think you have a chance. So, also try the mobile app. I have an easier time with the website, but trying the mobile app is also a good idea. So I'm going to go to search. Actually, I'm going to click my own link. Check that out. Good. Right. The app on Target is not very good sometimes. There we go. But yeah, it's out of stock at smaller stores in New York City. That's to be expected. This is just like not a great app. That's why I suggest using the website. Did on the app, Derek. Great. There we go. Now I can change stores. Don't see it in stock in New York City, and that's one of the biggest things. All right. Isa Bear. Oh, the chat is going very fast. Did not see your message. Let me try to get that manually, because like, if you do too much caps lock, it does ban the message, which is frustrating for me as well. Because I want to see your message. All right, Big Monk, is Silicon Nerd legit? It is not. Please avoid that. So the digital version, I'll put that in the chat again. So, boom. Okay, digital version's right here. Let's see if that's in stock. I'm going to refresh that one as well. So I'll go to it. Because the disc version, I haven't seen it in stock in major cities. I don't know, Jordan, if you're in a major city, I know you had success. You got it earlier on, but I was wondering if that's in stock there. So the server's getting hammered a little bit for the digital version. But hopefully it pops up. That's the order of operations. It's usually PS5 disc, then digital, and we'll see if it's available to buy. So we'll see it's $3.99, but we don't see it in Chicago. With Target, yeah, Dallas is done, Ricky. Totally makes sense. Major cities, they're the ones to go first. So we'll do, people were asking about New York City for digital. Don't see it there. And this may be a case of where the disc version is only available nationwide. And yep, Roy Boy, location, location, location. That's correct. It says out of stock, which is par for the course. My best bet, and I usually do a stream for this, is the GameStop restock. It's between 7 and 15 days. That's the window. So far, it's been what? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's been 3 days, so we're a little bit early into it, but between 7 and 15 days. So we'll probably see it next week. Yeah, Jordan, Arizona's done. That makes sense. Yeah, that's where you're at. Interesting. Okay, so a lot of these major cities, though, they go really quickly because you have a bunch of resellers. And that's why I'm talking about GameStop, is because it costs a little bit more because you're buying games with it. But yeah, that's the way to go if you really want a console and you want to play the games. And what the last bundle came with Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man, both really good games. I think there was one other one in there. A Sackboy was the other game. So, really great games. You're probably going to pay for them anyway, or at least try them out. And there is a secret to GameStop in that sometimes the retailer can if the clerk at GameStop wants to be nice and you're nice to them, they'll help you take it back. And not for money, but for in-store credit or a different game. So if you're a gamer, kind of makes sense to shop there, rather than something where resellers like Best Buy and Walmart or bots just get it, and they boast about it online. So, Nathan, thank you, Matt. I got it. I got one 8 minutes after restock. Thank you for all your help. I will tweet you for confirmation. Just wanted to say thank you for all your help. Awesome message, Nathan. Love seeing that. That's really great. Like, the fact that I don't know what the user count is because I don't have a monitor. It only shows me the comments, but there's a lot of users here, I can tell. And there's also, I didn't even tweet this, but there's also I can probably check out how many likes there are. It's just a good sign that I just passed 20,000 subscribers, and I've only been doing this for a little while, and it's just everything's free. The advice is free. I'm trying to do that as much as possible. So, and I know not everybody had luck today. Totally feel you for that. But I'm going to keep doing... The GameStop one was the most successful. And it's online delivery. So you order online, it delivers to you. So, and we're at 56 likes, which is great for a stream I didn't even promote. 222 people watching. Can't complain there. But yeah, this is kind of more of an intimate crowd because I'm not going to tweet it. I'm just kind of getting in a live stream. Is Best Buy restocking? Jonathan Brown. They restocked last Friday. There's a possibility, but this could be their week off. They usually do several restocks in a row and then take a week off. Yeah. So, Ventura County is done. Good old LA. Or close to LA. I used to live there in Los Angeles, California. And if that's done, yeah. There's a rumor that Best Buy is next. Is it true? So Best Buy, and I'll be there with a tweet and streaming it as well. If Best Buy happens today, it'll be 1 week from when they did it last. But a lot of times they take a week off, and the fact they did it at the end of the week last week makes me think this could be their week off, but maybe they'll have stock. What's great about Best Buy is they also do in-store pickup. It's 3 to 5 days later. So what they have is they have the consoles in the regional locations, and then they ship it. They put orders up on their website. Everybody secures the order. They run out. They ship those consoles 3 to 5 days later to the actual stores. So it's a little bit different from Walmart in that they ship directly to you. It's different from Target in that they ship ahead of time to the individual stores. That's how we get the information for Target. That's how we got the information today. So I'm going to switch back to PS5 disc for a second to see how we're doing in the locations. And I know a lot of major cities sold out quickly. But, all right, do I recommend StockX? There are... So I haven't really done the full investigation, like tried it myself, but from all of the Twitter users, yeah. Jordan's such a help. Thank you, Jordan. For all of the... Nope, still not in stock. Yeah. Are they restocking in Georgia? So I don't know location by location, but you hit edit store right here, so you can see me do this, and you'll be able to find it in stock. Don't trust resellers on Twitter. I see some people questioning me in my direct messages, and that's a no-go. No one's going to give you the console for $550. So you can see how quickly it sells out, as it did today in this restock right here. But yeah, we have 213 people in the chat on a chat I did not promote. So good to be able to answer everybody's questions. Yep, Jordan's right. GameStop chances are higher than any other store. All right, try New Mexico. Can you give me a zip code for New Mexico or New Orleans? Like, I can type those in. But you gave me zip codes. I will check. So I'm gonna do Los Angeles. Off from there. Yeah, I'll do New Orleans. I think you can type in. Oh, so StockX. Back to that. My followers have sometimes had luck there, and they get the console sent to them. Great, Nick. You were able to, Nick Haas, get it from both Jake and I. We are the dynamic duo. Okay, getting some zip codes in. All right, I will check them live along with you. So I'd go to Find Stores. So this is Las Vegas area. Don't see it within that 50-mile radius. So let me, yeah, usually 50 miles, click this button. So it's not there, and that's still a hot spot. All right, New Mexico. Yeah, someone was asking about that. That was ASAM. Find stores, nothing. All right, so let me click this out there to see how many stores are. There's one store, Target store, within your 50-mile vicinity. There's within 3 miles of that zip. All right, I don't know. It's kind of a fun game. I don't know what 70072 is, but I'm gonna find out. Find store. Harvey, I don't know. I don't recognize any of these. Covington. Let me type that in. Is that like Midwest? So now I'm curious about where all these are, even if they're unlisted. No, that's there's some national park there. Louisiana, that's the Louisiana one. All right, don't see it there for No Limit Dame. Let's see, I'm gonna try Florida. Florida is usually one that has a lot of inventory, but yeah, it may be gone for the digital version. And yeah, but like it went faster in major cities, and that's something I can tell from the replies. Michigan. Michigan was another one where I need to check. Edit location. All right, so nothing in Michigan. I'm gonna keep refreshing. So that was for, yeah. So edit store, edit location, Michigan. Grand Rapids, nothing. So yeah, I know a lot of people, got to it late or didn't get to it in time. People like Jordan, I think I'm sure a couple thousand people were able to secure the console, but from my followers, I'm seeing what I can estimate to be 300. I haven't counted yet. Not the highest totals in the world, but I have yet to really dive into the notifications on Twitter and check all the clicks that there have been. Will Best Buy have a restock today is the question I'm seeing the most. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to Tech Radar. You'll see my articles today, if that does happen. So that's where we're at. Hawaii. Hawaii's one of the hardest ones because not everybody ships to Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico. And I see that complaint all the time. GameStop on their last restock did not do Hawaii, Alaska, or Puerto Rico. And I feel for you out there, even though I'm jealous of everybody in Hawaii. Thanks for checking, Matt. Absolutely. Just me is it's a question I see very, very commonly. Is Silicon Nerd legit? No, it is not. No one I know has ever gotten a console there, so you're just kind of throwing away your money and you're letting someone have your credit card details, which is probably the most frightening part. So don't do that. It's only retailers I tweet about. If I'm not tweeting about it and it's readily in stock, something's up with that. Newegg is all right. They host a lot of marketplace sellers, which means, like, if I had an iPhone and I wanted to sell a brand new iPhone, then I would be able to do it through Amazon, through Walmart, or through Newegg, and I could resell stuff. If I had a PS5, I could do the same thing, and that's what's happening. Resellers are using the marketplace option as a way to hawk different different products that are out of stock, and they're just jacking up the price. So, bro, this is why I hate Target. It literally made me retype my password. Totally get that. That's annoying. Especially with like these puzzles that you have to solve. So, all right, Newegg or StockX? That's that question. StockX can take the pitfalls of StockX. It can take up to a month to get your console. So you might as well check Target. And if you're going to pay that money, you might as well get a bundle. I can't understand for the life of me people who ask about, well, I don't want a bundle, and then 3 weeks later they come back to me and like, all right, I'm going to get one from StockX. I'm like, what are you doing? You had a chance to get it from GameStop. You pass on the bundle, and you're basically paying the same price, $800. You're paying more, like $50 more, but not getting any games. So, Chris Young says, good morning, Matt. Do you know when wholesale stores like Costco, Sam's Club, and BJ's will restock? So, Sam's Club does, my guess on Sam's Club is next Thursday at 1 a.m., so it's technically Friday, Eastern time. They've been doing it then. So that's Sam's Club. I see Trevin has that same question. But Costco's random, so it could happen at any moment. They haven't done one in a while, so I'm kind of concerned about that. But I will keep a watch. That's why I'm tracking things 24/7. Yeah. So look for that. And then what's the other one? BJ's. BJ's does a lot more Xboxes. So, sorry if you're disappointed. I get it. Anton, like, this is all the more, like, you had it in your hands, and it was just basically taken from you, which is the worst. But I want to see you get the console, if you can. So, definitely call up customer service, and if that doesn't work. So wait, is Target sold out, or will there be another wave? So usually Target has like one wave that kind of goes back and forth between in stock and out of stock, but once they're out of stock, they're usually out of stock. And it's funny, we have not seen the digital version, so I'm going to check the digital version now. And we haven't seen that in stock at all. Usually it goes disc, digital, and then Xbox. But because they've been dynamically launching digital consoles and also Xboxes in stores as they come in, so that's what I mean by dynamically launching them. They open up orders online, but it's in like Tucson, it's in Omaha, it's in like random locations. So major cities have a harder time. Pause 159. I got my order got canceled as well, so frustrating. I'm beginning to think this is not the biggest PS5 restock at Target that it's cracked up to be. And by saying that, I know there's a lot of people who got it early on, but they've had inventory of 40 consoles per store before, and this one they had like between 22 and 26 per store. We know that because we get information from people. So, with that said, I think this one went faster, especially in the big cities. I keep saying that because I was trekking Chicago for a friend and haven't seen it. So I can always edit my store location. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Not saying it for digital. Just trying random zip codes. And that's really what you want to do. It's a little bit easier to do it on the web than it is to mobile. Yeah, Jordan's right. I love Jordan. This is great. They will not have them in store, so don't go to Target stores. That's the one thing I can implore you to not do, is to go to a Target store. So it's a PS5 disc version only that was in stock today so far. So I'm going to make sure people know that on Twitter and Tech Radar. And yeah, you would normally click the top link, but I think it's mostly out of stock. And I apologize. I know I have a small crowd here because I haven't promoted this YouTube live stream. This is the core audience for me. And I have 86 likes, 0 dislikes, from what I can see so far. That's a good thing. I've not seen where it's such positivity on a drop where not everybody was able to put it in their cart. Yeah, and I keep getting the question on Twitter. I can see both notifications here, both chat, Twitter. If I think there'll be other restocks today. And the answer is possibly Best Buy. We also haven't seen Costco in a while, but they're usually midweek. And online has been a little bit silent. They put a bunch of Xbox Series S's out, and they promised to do one next-gen restock per week. I don't know if the S counts. The S is kind of readily available in some locations. But yeah. All right. Nathan says, Matt, if your target order is processing, are we good? You should be good. I know some people got theirs canceled, and that's just like a precarious situation. I had my Nintendo Switch canceled at Target on Monday. Nintendo Switch OLED white. And so now I'm in a stuck situation. So you're never out of the woods. And that was like 2 weeks ago that I ordered that. You're never out of the woods, but I think with the PS5, you're picking that up pretty quickly. So go to it when it's ready. Just pick it up. Send me a console in hand photo on Twitter. Love those. And that proves that this is possible to get. I know today was a smaller drop, but yeah, Nathan, Target will send you a confirmation. A lot of Target is pretty good at sending confirmations. A lot of retailers. I got my PS5 from GameStop, and it was still processing. And then I checked my mail, and I had it, and I was holding it in my hand, and I just went, oh, let me check. The website ordering must have updated, and it still said processing. I'm like, no, it's not processing. It's right here in my hands. So a lot of these retailers are just slammed with so many orders. In case you're wondering, there's usually anywhere from 1,500 consoles at a smaller retailer. The bigger retailers have about 40,000 consoles on hand. That wasn't the case today. Jordan's absolutely correct. Persistence is key. I keep saying that, and I actually put it in the Tech Radar article that that speed is only so good as to have more chance at being persistent at clicking that add to cart button. So speed is important, but clicking that add to cart button multiple times over the course of like 40 minutes. In this case, it felt like 20 minutes. Isaiah Bear, you may have done caps lock or something. Nightbot is not a real person, but you can treat it as such. But yeah. All right, so updating the Tech Radar article in real time. PS5 restock. There we go. There's a lot. Yeah. I'm going to embed my tweet in there, which is always a good thing. Get the word out. And that usually helps people know that, like, oh, this is where to get it. Yeah. It's interesting that they're choosing Friday as the restock day all of a sudden. It used to be Wednesday or Thursday, but they're switching things up on us, which is good. I mean, it keeps us on our toes. Son says, only started trying for the PS5 about 2 weeks ago and got it Friday of last week. Huge W. Nice. Friday of last week was that Best Buy probably. Best Buy is the hardest to get it. I was doing like the order of my preferred retailers: GameStop, Target a close second, Walmart, and Best Buy. Of those four, of the big four, Amazon is like, it's hard to say. It's difficult to check out there, and they don't do enough restocks. But if you have the right tactics of, if you check my articles, viewing it on in the list, then it's easier. So, yeah. Yeah, Target was today. We don't know if Best Buy will be today. There haven't been any digital consoles in stock, and I've kind of gone over that and saying that they've done that dynamically. So Nebraska will have a couple in the morning, and by a couple I really mean two. And then they'll not go nationwide. That's the problem. They're doing it as they come in. So, not bragging, but you helped me get one PS5 from Target, and I got 2 more from Jake. Great. Not to resell. This is what context is important. Not to resell the consoles. But people who don't do social media. Thank you for including that context, because a lot of people don't understand. They just put out, oh, you helped me get 5. And it's just like mind-boggling the replies that gets and that invites. Because it sounds like you're just hogging the console for yourself, or trying to resell it. And I get why people get mad at that. So including that context is very important. Mexican Kyrie, I got it in Moreno Valley, California, Target. That's great. And it should be available to pick up today, which is great. It's really funny that I usually see people get the console within minutes after checking out sometimes. Those are usually people on the East Coast where the stores open up a little bit earlier. But it's such a good thing. And the people on the West Coast had the benefit of, it was 4:40 when this went in stock, so about an hour ago. And I don't see it in stock anywhere, but like it being so early, let's go back to the disc version where it was confirmed to be in stock. But the fact that it was so early on the West Coast actually increases your chances, because not everybody's awake. Not everybody who wants to buy a PS5 is awake, let's just say that. So, no digital version. And yeah, the digital version is harder to get from Target these days because it's rolling out locally. And by locally, I still mean it's sold online and pick up in store, but it'll be in stock in like Chicago one day, but only like 5 consoles, and then Philadelphia the next day, but only 4 consoles. So, and it's not like every store in Philly and Chicago and so forth. It's just a couple. All sold out near me and neighboring zip codes. I'm sorry to hear that. Omega 25. That's annoying. But I don't think this is the biggest restock in the world. Meaning, hopefully in 2 weeks we'll see Target do a restock, and then even sooner we'll see GameStop have a restock. So we'll just have to keep trying. Yeah, it was 440 here, Mexican Kyrie, when it dropped. Great. Yeah, that's what I detected as well. That's about when I send out my tweet. And it's hard to say, when things are going to be in stock exactly, because I thought initially, is this a restock or not? And I try not to put, especially in the early mornings, restock notifications out there. I usually lose, and I'm trying to get to a million, but I usually lose about 100 followers every time I do an early morning tweet, because people have notifications turned on, and they just like roll over and they're like, nope, let me unfollow. And I don't really care as much about the followers as I do why they're unfollowing. That means because I'm disturbing them at night at 4:40 a.m. So, unless it's a real restock, I don't like to tweet about it, but I have to confirm that. And like even during the day, if I'm sending you notifications, that's got to be annoying. So I'm really very cognizant about that. Had it in my cart, but my mom didn't want to drive 2 hours. Brian, the pain. Totally get that, Brian. Thank you for coming to the chat and letting me know, though. Yeah, I've seen people drive 5 hours to go get the console because they're just sick and tired of Sony not putting out enough consoles, and I get that. It's chip shortage. Whatever the reason is, they're just tired of getting it. So, Brian, hats off to you for at least trying to convince your mom to drive 2 hours to get the PS5 disc version, and it was in your cart. So close. Speeds 135. You have a lot of E's in your name. That's great. I got my disc version from your link. Thank you. I saw some folks had issues with payment. I used Red Card, so it went smoothly, which is great. I am at order processing. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Speeds 135. The great thing is, all right. So you got it through the Red Card, which is great. Jordan Patrick woke up at 4 a.m. and Jordan, as we know, got the console. And it happened at 4:40. So that 40 minutes, it could have dropped then, but you were prepared. Yeah, so Jordan makes a really great point. Jordan's like an all-star moderator right now. That there usually are not weekend restocks. There's been maybe one in all of 2021. So your chances are very slim. Anton, Matt, when should I be ready for the next drop? Called Target, and all I got was "we're sorry" and "thanks for understanding." Bummer. So GameStop happens between 7 and 15 days apart. The last one was 3 days ago. So the fact that it was 3 days ago means we have some more time. So I see some Jake Randall followers right now, which can only mean one thing, that there's a raid happening, which is hilarious. I have Jake here because I enjoy Jake's stream. Jake is always with me. Jake is right here. Say hi, Jake. So, let me see until I'm in view. But Jake is my buddy, and Jake just sent a massive number of people because I'm new to streaming. So there's Jake, and Philip is there as well, and that's just hilarious. So, thank you, Jake. Thank you for sending a buttload of people into my chat, which is just hilarious. So, there he is. So, I know it's delayed, but Jake, you're there. He's got a big smile on his face. It's exactly what I wanted. So, Jake, thank you for sending a lot of people. There's the finger guns. Brilliant. So, it's all about helping people get the console. It's like, I put these articles out on Tech Radar. I tweet about it, but I can't really help you more. Yeah. This is so great. More than I can. There was about 200 people here, and now there's, let me check because I don't have a monitor. There's probably a lot more. There's 349 people. That increased 368, all based on Jake. That increase, that bump, that's the Jake Randall bump. That's the official bump from Jake Randall. That's funny. Yeah, thank you. I'm starting out streaming. Jake is the godfather of this. So, yeah, all right. Isaiah Bear, you need digital. Totally would try GameStop for digital. Digital's the hardest one to get. So the more barriers to entry in your way, the better. So that $15 a year for GameStop's Power Up Rewards membership, totally worth it if you're looking for digital, because digital's the hardest one because they have such little inventory, and they're also bundles. Jake Randall raid, I love it. Hey, Tracker Rye, what's up, Tracker Rye? So I'm new to this, so I'm trying to make moderators as I see them, but I will make it Tracker Rye a moderator, even if I have to go back in. But it's so interesting. All right. Let's see. That's good. The Jake Randall raid. I've not been I've not been streaming long enough to also have been streaming at the same time as Jake, and I didn't want to do it unless I felt like it could help people out, and there was a restock, so I didn't really do it in advance. But Jake is the king of this, and yeah. Hey, how's that going, Green Leader? This is just too fun. Yeah. Sorry if Nightbot is banning people. I don't have it very sophisticated in it. Trying to get. All right, I see Tracker Rye now. Tracker Rye, you are. Oh no, there's someone calling me. Bad timing. Add as moderator. Tracker Rye is now a moderator, so I'm slow to it. But yeah, this is too funny. He's texting me now. It's just fun connecting with the audience, and that's what I think Jake understands. Is that it's really good to break out of just Twitter, because Twitter can be toxic at sometimes, and and the fact that we're able to coach people through this is, like, for me, the next step. I was doing the Tech Right articles, I was doing Twitter, and that's blown up. But it's really, you're confined to... Oh, my camera went offline. That's because my battery went out. So let me change that. As you can see, I'm new to this. And not everybody can be a Jake Randall Pro. But I will finish up this stream, and I will get this camera online as I switch out my battery. There we go. Switched out. Back on. Sorry for my messy room, but I had a lot of deliveries recently. And that's to set up a new gaming setup so that you can all watch. Alright. So, there we go. And I'm going to turn that on in 3 seconds as I get behind, or in front of the camera again. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Just as the Jake Randall raid happens. There we go. We're back. Back with some visuals. I love that Tracker Rise here. I haven't seen everybody else, but I don't have like I now have the ability to try to make people mods, which is great. Get some music in the background. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. It's the music is difficult in that I'm working on that option. I have a subscription service to, like, a free trial to some. I am wearing pants. What are you talking about? I mean, they're shorts, but they're not those kind of shorts where that question's expected. So Indiana had 0 PS5s today. That's not too surprising. I see the Midwest often with Target not have as many in stock, at least from, like, the people that send me inventory numbers. They always have the lowest, especially in Ohio. I know that's not right in the same location, but it's not far. So Nightbot does have some attitude. Jordan, I should just fire Nightbot and have you... I think I just have Nightbot on the default settings. So I should turn off Nightbot next time, or at least, yeah. Yep, I'll turn off Nightbot or make it nicer right now. There we go. All right. So Matt, so is GameStop the best place for digitals? Absolutely. I believe that to be the case. Only because you have this barrier to entry where the resellers, and I was telling this story before, I went to the RTX graphics card, it's a graphics card, to a Best Buy to go scout out the line and just report on it for Tech Radar. And everybody who was in the front of the line was a reseller. No one got an RTX 3080, which is the most coveted card. No one got the RTX 3080 because... so I'm going to disable a bunch of Nightbot stuff right now. Boom. Okay. If you refresh, you should be able to come back. And I hope that works. But everybody in line for an RTX 3080 didn't get it. They had to settle for a different RTX card if they were lucky. And the person at the front of the line asked me, is this, like, there was multiple people at the front of the line, is this a good one? And I had a paper printed on it that Best Buy gave them, and it said RTX 3080. They didn't even know what they were buying. So you got to think, number one, that's why we don't have restocks in stores. It's just people will camp out. And two, you will have people buying from Best Buy, Walmart, and other places that have it for this price of $4.99, Target included. But Target does in-store pickup, which is kind of weeds out some of the resellers. But people will buy it and resell it for a lot of profit. It's harder to make a profit if there's a $15 barrier to entry with GameStop and you're having to buy 3 games. It's usually Ratchet & Clank, Sackboy, and Spider-Man. So, when is the Best Buy restock today? It's not necessarily today, but I'm going to keep tracking it. I have to update my Tech Radar article, which, you know, it's funny how the traffic on that article goes way up during the Target restock, even potential restocks. And then people are like, what's next? So I have to produce another article. When I get in, it's like 2 minutes to 9 o'clock. So I'm going to have to start my day pretty soon. I'm on here early with you. All right, Matt, can you try zip code? Try, yeah, to make sure you're not getting an error. All right, I'm going to try that zip code for you. I think we're all done for the day, but at the same time, I just kind of want to take people through the process of this is how you plug in that zip code. So, and I love playing the game of, what is this zip code? So, Gainesville, Fairfax, what is that? Dulles, is that like the DC area? So, like Virginia. It's fun. It's fun not to know. Falls Church, okay. Yeah, that's got to be like that area. Yep. Okay, let me check that. Yep, that's like Virginia. Because like I saw Dulles in there, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be DC. Yeah. Jordan's right. Don't trust the Twitter resellers. Are all scams, as we've seen. So, the fact that I went from 19,000 subscribers to 20.2 thousand. Great news. And that's mostly because of the Jake Randall raid. You can't beat that. That's just too funny. Because I saw it and I was like, what, is this a joke? And it wasn't. All right. Hey, is there any PS5 restocks for today? So there was a restock at Target. I'm trying to gauge how big it was. I've seen them restock when there was 40 in stock, and I was like, not hoping, but I was thinking it could be next week, and if it's next week, there'll probably be 40 in stock. But then there's like, on average, between 22 and 26. I've lost count of the average. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that we will see more in stock, hopefully, from Best Buy soon, because like they did one week ago. So there's a chance they could do it again, but I think there's also a chance that this could be their week off. We've seen this before. We saw where they did 5 weeks in a row, usually on a Friday. But then they did, I want to say, another 5 weeks without a restock. So not necessarily guaranteed. And then they started changing it up where they did random days. Yeah. Bobber Chin, great name. Bobber Chin says, I think Target had a little over 20 per store on average. Totally agree with that. And that's what Jake and I were both seeing from these scanners. And Mike K-Taco, if I'm saying that right, no digitals at Target? None. And that's kind of in line with what we were seeing. We're seeing, and this may happen with the disc version eventually, but we're seeing no nationwide restocks for the digital version and also for Xboxes. And they did announce that for Xbox, that they would get it in and launch immediately at a local level. So still online. Don't ever go to your Target store trying to buy these because it's just going to hassle customer service. But they're issuing stock and doing it locally. So in Iowa, there may be 2 consoles available. In Nebraska, like Lincoln, Nebraska, just to pick out the one city I know there, they may have 4 consoles in stock. And they get snatched up pretty quickly, but because it's not a nationwide restock, there may not be a lot of eyes on it, so you may have a good chance. But people are like, why don't you put out a notification for the digital versions? That's because there are so few. When I check around the zip codes, I only see a couple in a couple cities. So, yeah. Yeah, I get getting messages from people saying, it wasn't a great restock for them. They were trying to get a second one for somebody else. I keep getting this message. Is this legit?